Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
And I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
So good to have you along, folks. Thanks for listening. Appreciate it. An update this morning. When I walked into the station, the phone was ringing. I picked up the phone.
Yeah.
And I got an update on the corn situation and squirrel situation in our neighborhood.
Oh, good. Okay.
The corn comes from our neighbor, be directly east of Joan and I, across the street, Monty, the guy that drives the big red pickup.
Sure, yes.
And he feeds birds and squirrels.
Okay.
And so he brings in ears of corn.
Uh-huh.
And the grandkids come, and they like to have fun with that and enjoy
fun. Yeah.
And so that's the source for the corn.
Okay.
And they are aware of Stubby.
Yes, man. I've got to keep my eyes out for. I guess we've named him Stubby the squirrel.
Yeah. Doesn't have a tail.
All right.
And Monty also feeds birds, and I think he actually gets birds to come in and feed right on his porch. He has a call for him. I hear him.
Really?
Yeah, he whistles, and so he really brings the animals in. So thank you, neighbor.
Yes.
And corn cobs don't hurt anything around the neighborhood. As far
No,
as we're concerned.
absolutely not. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the story there.
Good.
Let's see. Business as usual, but we are going to change things up a little bit. We're going to start our 8 o'clock news just a little bit early today because we have guests coming in right at 8 o'clock.
All right.
So we'll make that adjustment.
Okay.
So let's take a look at the Prairie Pioneer menu for today. I didn't mark yesterday's off. What's wrong with Dave? Well, there's lots of things could be talked about there. Roast beef, mashed potatoes and gravy, green beans, dinner roll, and dessert today at the Prairie Pioneer Center. And the number to call if you're bringing a guest or you're new to coming in, 872-6121. Use that same number to set up home delivery. And just a note, they are going to be having to raise the prices, the suggested donation for the meals, 1st of July. It's not very expensive to eat there right now, and it won't be too expensive to eat in July because it's only going up to $7 for 60 and over, and home delivery and carry out is $7.25. Cost for under 60 is $7.75. That starts July 1st.
All right.
Today we'll have the last call in for our registration for a chance to win the Rascaland concert tickets.
Yes.
And then tomorrow we'll have the drawing.
All right. Sounds good.
And today is Rockabilly Day.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Okay. So I assume Carl Perkins will show up somewhere in the music rotation today.
Well, of course.
All right.
I'm going to go back to the Mescal Brothers. Now, many of you might remember the Mescal Brothers. I think they performed a couple of different times at the South Loop Blues Fest, and they had so much fun. They were really good. We got a little worried because Charlie Johnson, the upright bass player, would stand on the top of his bass. He would jump up and stand on it, and sometimes hang from the roof of the stage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
People loved it, but as the concert promoters, we were somewhat concerned.
Yeah.
But if you listen to their music, you can see why he kind of got revved up. And Charlie was a great guy, great musician, still is. Later on, I think he got into the studio side of things, and I think he actually started a studio in Lincoln for recording music. But here's the Mescal Brothers for you. Let's
All
just put it
right.
that way. Want to remind you, too, that the VFW Post 3576 will be having a Flag Day retirement on June 14th, a couple days from now, on Saturday at 4 p.m. with a free will donation supper by the Lions Club. Excuse me. So take that in. If you have flags that need to be disposed of, there's a proper way to do it, and they'll make sure that is done on Saturday at 4 p.m. with that free will donation supper following. Big Sky coming up this weekend. We'll be hearing from the guys and gals with Big Sky tomorrow during the breakfast show. I think Jeremy's going up and going to the grocery store and coffee shop and broadcasting from there and talking with the folks about all the family fun that's going to be available this weekend in Anselmo, Nebraska.
Yeah.
That's good. Also today, Off-Broadway is bringing back the petting zoo. And you can bring your families. This is open to the public. Come and see the pet and many barnyard animals and enjoy good company and refreshments at the petting zoo today from 3 until 6 p.m. at Off-Broadway Apartments. Take that in. Take the kids. Have some fun. And they have little horses and all kinds of little animals that you can pet.
Good.
Family fun. Also, today is Thursday, right?
It is.
Burger Bash at the grocery cart to benefit the Broken Bow Food Pantry, which is open today from 1 until 3 at 1100 South 6th Avenue. The Burger Bash starts at 4 and runs till 7, and it's a free will donation for a burger, chips, and a drink. And at the library, it's Bring Your Own Craft Night, starting at 5 o'clock until 6:30 at the lovely Broken Bow Library today. And let's play the game.
Okay.
Shall we play the game?
Yes, we shall.
What is our prize
Let's do
today?
play the game. Let's see. It's Thursday, so I think I've got an ice cream cone over there from Runza that we'll give away to you today. And we're asking questions about fathers. It's Father's Day coming up on Sunday. So here's your question for today. Presidents George H.W. Bush and George W. Bush were the second father and son pair to become presidents of the United States. Today's question, who were the first? Here are your choices. John Adams and John Quincy Adams, William Harrison and Benjamin Harrison, Theodore Roosevelt and Franklin D. Roosevelt, Andrew Johnson and Lyndon B. Johnson. Presidents George H.W. and George W. Bush were the second father and son pair to become presidents of the United States. We want to know who was the first. We'll give your choices one more time. John Adams and John Quincy Adams, William Harrison and Benjamin Harrison, Theodore Roosevelt and Franklin D. Roosevelt, or Andrew Johnson and Lyndon B. Johnson. If you know the answer, call us at 872-2801.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show with Dave and Brent.
The right approach to care makes all the difference. And at Broken Bow Dental, that means staying true to the values that matter most to this community. Dr. Casey McLeod and her team build lasting relationships, knowing every patient by name. She also listens, making certain your treatment is the right fit. And with advanced technology, the team at Broken Bow Dental streamlines care, completing procedures in fewer visits so you can get back to what matters most. Located right off Highway 2 in Broken Bow, Dr. McLeod's practice is now accepting patients. Better, brighter, Broken Bow Dental.
Are you squinting at the fine print or seeing the world through a fog? Cataracts could be the culprit. Factors like family history, diabetes, or smoking can heighten your risk. Don't let clouded vision steal your sight. At Melham Medical Center, they're ready to help. Schedule your appointment today and let them bring your world back into focus. Visit their website at melham.org for more information. Melham Medical Center, large enough to serve, small enough to care.
No one wants to try this one.
Yeah, probably not the easiest question, really.
Yeah.
But here's your answer. It was John Adams, who was our second president, right? And John Quincy Adams. Those are the answers. John Adams and John Quincy Adams, the first father and son pair to become presidents of the United States.
Thank you, Brent. The phone just started ringing as you were giving the answer. So
Oh, oops.
apologies to that person, but that is the answer, and we'll play again tomorrow on
right.
Friday. We'll be right back after this quick message.
Wake up to the best.
I never miss a morning.
You're listening to The Breakfast Show.
Whether for a night alone, a date night, or a fun family night, nothing compares to a night at the movies. See movies at your local theaters, the Fox Theater in Broken Bow or Cozad. Head to watchthefox.com to see what's showing. Fridays are new movie day. Ask them about theater rental for your event, celebration, or meeting, with or without concessions in a movie. No matter the time of year, gift cards to the Fox Theater are a perfect gift. The Fox Theater in Broken Bow and Cozad. Visit watchthefox.com.
All right, quickly, birthdays today. This gentleman, I think you'll know just by listening, but I'll go ahead and tell you. Marv Albert is celebrating a birthday today.
Will throw in. Rashard Lewis playing off the ball. Lewis gets it to LeBron for three for the win. Yes! Now to 4, now to 3. Pierce checks the clock. 2, 1. Pierce for the win. It's over. Paul Pierce at the buzzer. Hardaway.
Pretty recognizable guy.
Yes.
Marv Albert, 84 today.
Wow.
Sportscaster and having a birthday. Also, Chris Young, country singer, successful career after a winning season in the For Nashville Star. He is 40 today. And Bun E. Carlos. Brad Carlson is his actual name, 74, the drummer for Cheap Trick. And Mark Henry is 54 today, the former WWE wrestler world champion and 3-time U.S. national weightlifting champion. Started lifting when he was 10 years old, and he is 54 today. Happy birthday if you're having a birthday out there. Good day for a birthday on this June 12th. Mm-hmm. Good to have you along. We're rockabilly-ing today. Daycare with a date to open on July 7th, not far away now. She'll be taking kids ages 6 weeks to 13 years and does accept state pay. And here's a highlight. She will be open for service to the kids and you 24/7, except for holidays and those that are outlined in their handbook. Right now, she's taking applications for kids and will set up interviews with the families. Kylie is a CPR and first aid certified, and she goes above and beyond recommended class hours in early childhood education. She also participates in the food program. She plans on putting in a community garden that the kids will have their hands on. Her goal is to be very involved with the community and school, attending things that are open to the public, including regular visits to the local library. Contact Kylie at 308-212-2837 for more information, or check her Facebook page, Ready, Set, Grow Childcare. She has all 5-star reviews from prior and current families. And this is a great story because there is a need out there for childcare. We know that. And now we have another one in Ansley, Nebraska called Ready, Set, Grow Childcare. Exciting news.
You like bargains?
Well, who doesn't?
Yeah. Well, a great place to find bargains is at garage sales. And coming up this weekend, Callaway will be hosting their community-wide garage sale day. They've been going on for over 35 years in Callaway, and each year they bring hundreds of people to the community. It's a fun day for everybody. It'll be Saturday, this Saturday, June 14th, whether it rains, whether it shines, or whatever it does. They're going to garage sale. 24 families are on the map in and around town. It's garage sale heaven in Callaway this weekend. Fun, food, great buys, treasures, and bargains galore. They'll run it. Well, most of the sales will run from 8 to 2. Maps available at Callaway True Value and online at the Callaway, Nebraska Chamber of Commerce Facebook page. Come early, stay all day. The best buys are in Callaway. Sponsored by the Callaway Chamber of Commerce.
All right. I should have let Jack know yesterday when I was out watering the gourd patch.
Yes. And that's going well?
So far.
We're okay, looking good?
Yeah.
All right.
High hopes for that.
Mm-hmm.
Going to raise some money for the inclusive playground here in Broken Bow.
Yeah.
And just a little nervous. I'm not really a green thumber, but I think together we can do it. Breakfast Show team can get it done. And I put a timer out there so I can water and walk away from it knowing that it won't over water it or
nice.
And I won't forget about it, And anyway, there's a new robin egg back there.
There is.
Yeah, but I'm worried about it because there was no robins around and there was just one egg in there.
Oh. An only child.
Only child, maybe. It may or may not happen. If they don't sit on that egg, one of us is going to have to go out there and put our hands on it and keep it warm.
Oh.
But if we do that, well, we won't get anything else done because I don't know how long it takes.
Well, we can take shifts among the staff.
Yeah, let's start with the sales staff.
There you go. Oh, yeah, they'd love to stand out back after a snake was spotted back there a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I run onto that picture on my phone yesterday, showed it to my aunt, Gracella, and she got kind of creeped out.
Uh-huh.
That's that bull snake that was photographed in our backyard by the plumber.
Mm-hmm.
Duda made a picture of a bull snake. All right, we are going to speed things up here a little bit. Doesn't sound like it, I know, but we have trouble with our clock here on the Breakfast Show. We're going to do a good job today because we want to get Clang Financial on as soon as we can right at 8 o'clock this morning. So I would take this time to tell you that RTA's Hardware has red-hot buys going on, and they will have each month. Check out the flyer in the store or go online to get the most out of your purchases. And download that app as well. You can earn rewards with each purchase, receive your coupons electronically so they're always with you. And it's an easy place to order online and pick up at the store the same day. Woo, That's nice. Each month, RTA's Hardware gives the total of rounded up change to local organizations. This month, by rounding up your purchase, you're helping the Broken Bow Fire Department with their fireworks display. And Joe would also like to remind you that he would love it if you would attend the flag retirement ceremony and meal at the Veterans Memorial Building in Broken Bow this Saturday. Again, that starts at 4 o'clock, and they'll have a free will donation meal provided by the Broken Bow Lions Club following the flag retirements. So that's taking place, and Joe wanted you to know about that. And, of course, Ryan and Tiffany want you to stop into the store because they're all about retail, those two.
Yes, they are.
They love their store.
Uh-huh.
They do a great job. So we're going to speed things up a little bit. Going to close with the last Mescal Brothers for you. It's called I'm Gone.
Well, I must have made a mistake, 'cause I never thought that.
CBS News special report. Local officials believe there are no survivors after an Air India plane with 242 people on board crashed into a residential neighborhood just after takeoff this morning. CBS's Rami Inocencio from London.
This is in India's western city of Ahmedabad. The flight on its way to the United Kingdom, specifically to London's Gatwick Airport, which also means that this plane was loaded up with fuel.
CBS News transportation correspondent Chris Van Cleve has seen the footage.
The plane almost looks like it's descending to land. The landing gear is down. That would be indicative, essentially, that this 787 failed to generate enough lift to stay in the air shortly after taking off.
Rescuers say they've found dozens of bodies at the crash site. According to the Aviation Safety Network database, it is the first ever crash of a Boeing 787 Dreamliner. CBS News special report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
O'Reilly.
check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Here's a look at Nebraska news. In a story released by NCN, a two-vehicle collision drew Windside Fire and Rescue and the Wayne County Sheriff's deputies to the scene around 4:10 p.m. on June 10th. Both vehicles sustained significant damage. The truck ended up on a ditch with its driver's side tire completely folded under. The SUV's front end was severely caved in and its airbags deployed. According to the Wayne County Sheriff's Office, all individuals involved were fortunate to escape without injuries. The cause of the crash remains under investigation. This has been a Nebraska News Update. I'm Jack Simpson reporting for Central Nebraska's news source.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Monsi Bolaños.
The Indiana Pacers have taken a 2-1 series lead over the Oklahoma City Thunder after coming out on top 116-107 in Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Tyrese Halliburton just shy of a triple-double, 22 points, 9 rebounds, and 11 assists. Benedict Mathurin off the bench for Indiana was the leading scorer of the game. He had 27 points. OKC star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander ended with 24 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. Here's Thunder coach Mark Dagnall.
We had a lot of good stretches of the game, but they had more good stretches than we did and outplayed us over the course of 48 minutes. And obviously we need to play better if we want to give ourselves a better chance in Game 4.
In other NBA news, the Chicago Sports Network reports that the Knicks requested permission to speak to Bulls coach Billy Donovan for their head coaching vacancy, but were denied. In baseball, the Mets have won 5 in a row after shutting out the Nationals 5-0, and the Giants took down the Rockies 10-7.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. A blend of clouds and sun today with daytime highs approaching 88. Southerly winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Slight chance for storms. Tonight, lows dip down to about 61, partly cloudy skies. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times. Tomorrow, slight chance for storms. High temperatures reach up to 87. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Custer Public Power District, proud to serve over 8,000 square miles of territory with electric power. Visit custerpower.com to explore careers, pay your bill, report an outage, or connect with them. Custer Public Power District, empowering progress.
Hello, I'm Chris Smith of the Palmer Monument Company. You already know about the advantages of pre-selecting your family memorial. Now there's yet another good reason to come and see us today. For the entire month of June, with a coupon from the newspaper, you'll receive additional savings off our already sale prices. We'll assist you in selecting the stone, the inscription, and the artwork, and we'll save you money too. Come see us during the After Memorial Day sale at the Palmer Monument Company in Broken Bow and Lexington.
Just past 8, let's go outside with Jack Simpson and find out what it really feels like. What's it like out there, Jack?
Absolutely beautiful outside. It's a perfect temp, just the perfect breeze. 67 degrees outside with sunny skies. Calm winds out of the south, barometric pressure at 29.96, humidity at 85%. No rain in the last 24 hours. The precipitation for this month will stay 2 inches and 77 hundredths. High yesterday of 92, overnight low of 63. Sunrise today 6:04 and sunset today 9:13. I am out back if you would like me to go check on the bird and the gourds.
Well, the gourds, I don't know if you can get that far away.
Maybe not.
But yeah, check and see if there's a bird on that egg.
Well, right now there's not a bird on the egg, but the egg is still there. So.
But you don't see like a robin who's nervous hopping around somewhere nearby.
Not really, nope. I don't. Yeah, in fact, I don't see any birds out back right now.
Any snakes?
Not yet.
Not yet?
I'm hoping for one. Sorry, sales girls.
He's hoping for one.
He's hoping, yeah.
Well, he would be the only member of the staff that is hoping for that.
That's right. Thanks, Jack.
You're welcome.
All right. As we mentioned, Clank Financial is in a little bit early today, and we're happy about that. Hi, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
James is here. Tim is here. We've got something going on. You got an important meeting in a little bit.
Yeah, I got to get out of town. I have several clients out west I need to get to today, and so try to pack them in, leave early.
You bet.
So, yeah. Thanks for letting us come in early.
You bet. That means James is going to be gone, Tim. That means you don't have to do anything if you don't want to.
That's the way it is every day. But, you know, I do like to work, so that's not a problem.
Okay, good. Because you like what you do.
That's right, yeah.
Help people. That's what Clang Financial is all about. We've learned that by having you guys in.
Well, you know, we're blessed because everybody in the office, they seem to be having a good time at work and enjoy what they do. I just threw a project at Jenny yesterday, and I, in a panic because I needed it for today, and I was busy, I couldn't get to it, but I was formatting this sheet of paper, and I just kind of threw it on her, said, "Can you help me?" And I went into a meeting, and she whipped it up and got exactly what I needed. And I mean, I throw things at them that it wasn't in her job description when we hired her, but she did it anyway. So, I mean, it seems like they enjoy their job.
Well, that's a good sign, right there.
It is, yeah.
Excuse me. So I know we're going to be a little short on time, so let's jump right in here on what is on your minds today, what you'd like to talk about.
Well, I don't know if you remember last time we were here, the word of the day was tactical.
Yes, tactical. That was a big word.
Strategic. So that today,
I thought you were going to say strategery.
Strategery. That's for another episode. But today, the word is holistic.
Holistic. That's a pretty deep word for a breakfast show. But
well, yeah, get your coffee.
Okay.
It's time to wake up. So holistic. And that's something that we don't always say a whole lot in the office, but it's something that we do as a practice with our clients. And that's not just help them with investments. We do wealth management, fee-based planning, but we don't just do that. We work with New York Life. They're one of the bigger companies we work with, but we don't just do life insurance or long-term care insurance or health or Medicare, all those things. We take all those things and holistically look at the big picture with each individual, each client's situation. How do these fit in to what they want to accomplish, what their goals are? How can we help them holistically? And how we can do that is, and Tim knows this better than anybody right now, New York Life has a program where they train. I mean, it's an intensive training program. I went through it a long time ago. Stephanie's been through it. So Rebecca's going through it. So all of us, most of us in the office, Tanya gets training all the time through New York Life on how to service, how to help our clients. And of course, Jenny and Stephanie, they're with Medicare. They're constantly training on things. So, and if it's not something that me or Tim can do, typically Jenny or Stephanie can do it. But we look at the entire picture for our clients and figure out, okay, where in our expertise can we help you? And a lot of times it doesn't mean us selling you anything. It just means, hey, this is what you have. This is what it's doing. This is what it can accomplish. Here's some gaps in your goals or your plans that you told us you wanted. Here's how you can fill in some of those gaps. So I know they're talking a lot about that with what the training you have with New York Life. Can you speak more into that, Tim?
I would love to, but my brain is asleep this morning.
such an honest guy.
Right, yeah. No, we have a process that's called Guide Me, and it takes us through. It initially just talks about what we're trying to accomplish with having a meeting with a client. They kind of talk about building your financial house. So it starts with laying a foundation, and obviously with that foundation you have a key cornerstone, and we believe that life insurance is that key cornerstone for building a foundation. But then there's the accumulation piece. Once you get that base in place, then you're trying to build for the future. And then the capstone is the legacy piece, is what do you want to leave behind when you're gone? Well, how do you want to impact the next generation or the next generation after that? But going through there's different calculations. So you could look at anybody at any age and to see where they're at really quickly, and to find out what's retirement going to look like if you want to retire in 5 years, 15 years. Maybe you're not going to retire for 40 years. What's it going to take to get you where you want to be, and find any gaps, and what do you need to put in place today to make sure that you get there? And one of the things that we do is we help people find money sometimes in their budget. Some people, they don't have a clue what they're spending their money on, and we're not trying to find money just so we can help them spend it, but having an emergency fund is super important, and a lot of people don't have that in place. Making sure that, if you've got money going out, we've met with clients where they'll pull out their bank statement. They're like, "Can you tell me where this is going?" It's like has nothing to do with what we're doing, but we've helped them to research what that is, and to find out that they had a bill that they were paying, and it's been going out every month for a long time, and it was hundreds of dollars that we were able to locate and to help them to put it in play in a better way. So that's some of the things that we help find for people. And then another piece that I've been working with is that we can offer people a will at no cost to them. They don't have to be a client. All we need is their name and their email address, and they can get a will in place. It's a very simple, basic will. But if something were to happen today, you want to make sure that maybe especially if you have small kids, that you know where that they're going to be taken care of, that they're not going to be a ward of the state. And so that's something very simple and easy. And I've had 2, 3 this week of people that reached out to me saying, "Hey, could you get me one of those wills?"
Wow.
And all I have to do is put in their email address and their name, and it sends it right over there to them. They can populate it, get it notarized, and upload it into a digital locker, and then also they can print off a copy for themselves.
That's a great service. I think a lot of folks don't think about a will, especially when you're younger, raising a family, until maybe you're going to take a trip overseas or fly in an airplane. Right. And then you go, wow, we better get our wills in case something happens while we're gone. Odds are is probably something's going to happen here, not on the trip. So you just need that little trigger of some kind. But there's no charge for this.
No charge. It's no charge to them. The company provides it, and it's only available in like 16 states, and Nebraska happens to be one of those states. And I think most of the surrounding states around Nebraska. But I've got family in Kentucky, and they're part of that, and so I've sent it to them. Several people there. So it's just another part of being holistic. Mm-hmm. It's just finding gaps in their situation, whether it's big or small, to make sure that they've got everything covered that they need, even if it's it's not another bill. It's not another thing that they have to pay for. It's just services that we provide.
Yeah, and I love that you touched on the fact that most of us don't know where all our money's going because of electronic banking nowadays. You might have subscribed for something and forgotten about it, and it just continues to be paid. Sometimes you don't take the time to look into what you're really buying there. I think we're probably all a little guilty of that. And that amount of money could be going into a savings, especially if you're younger. Mm-hmm. And does the programs that you use when you're, say, estimating what a person's going to need for retirement 20 years from now, does it have inflation included in that?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a little slider tool. You can go all the way up to 4%, because if you go any higher than that, you'll scare people to death, and then you've got a dead body in your office. So we really steer away from that as much as
Don't go above 4%.
That's right. So it has you can see what inflation's going to look like. We can even go in there and look at so if you're already saving for retirement, we can look at your risk mix and your tax diversification, because the goal of retirement is having the maximum amount of spendable income in retirement. And if you're not careful, if you're just funding something that's tied to the market only, you have to retire at the right time, and your taxes may actually go up in retirement, not go down. And that's kind of what was being sold years ago, that, oh, wait till retirement to pay all your taxes, and then, they'll probably be less.
But maybe not.
You may be in a higher tax bracket in retirement. And so we can look at all of that and get everything diversified the way that you want to make sure that you're going to have the most amount of money to spend in retirement.
Also, James, the thought of having an emergency fund that Tim mentioned, is there a way you can have an emergency fund and if you don't use it, it's making a little money for you? Is it something you can get to?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. We do it all the time. There's various ways to maintain an emergency fund, and the purpose of that is so if something does happen, you're not getting out a credit card. No one wants to do that if they don't have to. But yeah, you can, and the other purpose is to keep it liquid. So in case that emergency does happen, it's immediately available to you, and you don't have to dig into debt to pay for whatever. Going back to a little bit to what Tim was talking about on the diversification, and I talk about diversification all the time when I help people with wealth management, and it's the second biggest rule in investing, diversification, and it's the one thing we can control the most. And when we're diversifying between risk and safe, we talk about that conversation. But what I found a lot of people are missing is the diversification between taxed and non-taxed assets. So we also have that conversation on most people have a lot of taxed, especially if they're building their retirement portfolio, they have taxed, which means it's going to be taxed in retirement, and it's tied to the market in some respects. So it's overweighted. And so what we do is we help a lot of our clients shift some of that weight over into areas that may be safe, maybe at risk, but on the non-taxed side. So when they are in retirement, they can pull from both sources, taxed sources and non-tax sources. Whenever I ask somebody, how much of your retirement income would you like to have tax-free? What do you think they say?
I'm pretty sure they don't want to pay any taxes.
Yeah, they say, I want all of it tax-free in retirement. Then I ask, what are you doing to accomplish that? And I get I don't know. And so we help a lot of our clients. We ask a lot of those questions to get them to think and then help them accomplish what they want to accomplish from there. So,
guys, I don't know about Brent. I always enjoy the conversations with you guys because it's really about life. I know there's the money side of it, but what you're talking about is kind of planning and putting some plan to your life. And we could do another whole show on what do you do when you get towards the end and you need care. And I know that's another whole conversation we can have.
Well, this is long-term care awareness month. And if we go to all that trouble to put together a nice retirement and we don't do it right, we'll lose all of that in a very short period of time, won't we? Yeah. So, man, I know you guys got to get going, but come back. We love spending time with you and talking about life. Tim was half asleep coming in, and he just, I don't know how he does. He just pulls these things out, and he must be getting some good training there.
That's the only reason why I would be able to spit that out.
I got to prepare and get my coffee, and
I know.
Man, he's a natural.
Yeah, he is. You guys are both naturals at what you do, and you do have a great staff at Klang Financial, and I know that you also are willing to meet with people in non-business hours if needed. I know Tim probably does a lot of that on the farm and ranch out there. So your website's available. What's the phone number there?
Yeah, 872-6810, and Tanya's there right now, ready to take your phone calls to fill up our schedule. So come on in.
And I wish you wouldn't call Rebecca Rebecca. It's Iona.
It's Iona. Are we ever going to get her in here?
She is probably one of the smartest people that we know, but she's also kind of shy.
Does the signal here make it out to Chicago?
Sure, online, yeah.
Online, yeah. So she might be, the mafia out there or something. I don't know. She's scared of that, or
she came here to the Midwest to get away from the mafia in Chicago.
Trying to come here incognito, and we're blowing it for her, or what?
That's why she's Iona and not Rebecca.
That's right. Yeah.
You ought to see her whenever y'all's car pulls up in front of our office, even if y'all are going to like the Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
She ducks and hides, man. She is out the back door in a hurry.
I don't know what it is. We need to figure this out.
She's worried about the exposure, that's for sure. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Today is Rockabilly Day, and we've been listening to some Mescal Brothers. Right now we're going to go to another group that used to play in Arnold, Nebraska. Actually, a duo. They played there once, and they're called the Bel Airs. And here's a little sample of the Bel Airs for you on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Doesn't seem possible, but it's here. And you had a baseball game last night.
Did.
A no-hitter.
Yes, yeah, got to call a no-hitter. That was a nice way to start off our broadcast season. We broadcast the Broken Bow American Legion seniors team last night as they hosted Holdridge at Paul Brown Field. Max Denson went 5 innings and threw a no-hitter. And I went back last night. I'm wondering, I don't think a ball left the infield. And I went back and kind of looked at the score sheet, and it looked like 3 pop-ups and a ground out. So very well played game. Big win for the Bow seniors. They had lost the night before, so to come back and get a win against a league opponent was big. And we'll see how things go from here.
As you mentioned too, it's an important league game. This will affect their postseason play down the road. So a win over Holdridge was big.
Yes.
Good team. The juniors came up short last night, I think. They have a good season going.
Just a rough game. You know how baseball is. Sometimes that snowball effect takes over in the wrong way. Tough loss for them, but they're 6-2. So having a great season as well. So both teams are playing good, and they've got a big weekend coming up. Broken Bow will host a juniors tournament over the weekend as they welcome in Burmis, which is a combination of Bertrand and Loomis. Also, Dannebrog, Carol Bolas, and St. Paul will be in town for the juniors tournament at Paul Brown Field over the weekend. And they also added a couple of seniors games that they'll work in during the course of that tournament, too. Broken Bow will host Burmis and DCB over the weekend for seniors baseball. So if you're looking for baseball this weekend, all you got to do is drive to Paul Brown Field.
Yep, beautiful Paul Brown Field. And also, let's talk softball, ladies softball.
Yeah, looking forward to it. We're going to actually broadcast softball for you tonight. We're going to be at Tyke Arnold Field to cover the Broken Bow Spirit 18U team as they take on Cozad tonight. Be a doubleheader. They play with a time limit, so we'll have a couple of games for you tonight as they host Cozad, and you can listen to them on KBBN 95.3 FM. Game 1 is set for 6:30 tonight.
All right, thank you, Brent. Want to talk a little bit about Freddie out at Sylvester's. He's getting old. Poor guy is getting really old. He had a birthday just the other day, and the celebration is tomorrow night. And when he celebrates his birthday, it's always an extra special good time at Sly's in Broken Bow, bringing in a band that has not been to Sylvester's ever, Brandon and the 11s. So there's no cover charge to see this new group at Sylvester's playing country and country rock, and it will be Freddie's birthday party. So there'll be plenty of good times to be had, plenty of grooving out on the dance floor. Come discover Brandon and the 11s this Friday night at Sylvester's at that quiet little place that rocks on East Highway 2 in Broken Bow. And it sounds like a good combination, country and country rock, tomorrow night at Sly's.
All right. Today is Thursday, so that means Market on the Square. Broken Bow Chamber of Commerce reminds you Market on the Square is today from 10 until 4. And here's a list of the vendors that are scheduled to be there today. They include Gigi So Perfect Creation, St. Paul's Evangelical Lutheran Church, Tropical Snow, Something Out of Nothing, Steve's Rocks will be there. Not just his rocks, but I think Steve will be there too. Dickerson Chip Repair, The Secret Garden, Anna's Papooses, Bennett's Bakery, Mickey's Greenhouse, Debbie D's Bakery, Busy Bee Goods, Straight Arrow Bison, Country Crafters, and C&D Tack Shack. C&D Tack Shack will be among the vendors at Market on the Square today in downtown Broken Bow. Also, Broken Bow Chamber reminds you that it's coming back. The Demolition Derby returns to Custer County, and it is coming up on Saturday, June 21st at the Custer County Fairgrounds. Cost is $15 for adults, general admission, $8 for the kids ages 3 to 11. And if you want to get real close to the action, they'll sell pit passes for $25. I was visiting with Steph, the director of the Broken Bow Chamber, yesterday, and tickets for the Demolition Derby are at the gate. There's no pre-sale of tickets for the Demo Derby. You just pay the day of the event on June 21st at the gate at the Custer County Fairgrounds.
All right. Thank you very much. An open house and grand opening, I should say grand reopening, at 3 p.m. at Culligan in Broken Bow tomorrow. And you might remember last summer that twister that just caught a few things coming through Broken Bow, and it happened to catch the roof of Culligan, and they've been building it back since that time. And with that comes improvements. When you have something tore up like that, when you put it back together, you can make some improvements with that, and I know they're excited about showing it to you. So an open house and grand reopening at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon at Culligan in Broken Bow, and they would like to celebrate with you. Everybody's invited to come in and take a look. Also, tomorrow is the Rotary Service Above Self Golf Tournament. Starts at, I think, 1 or 1:30, and they'll have a free will donation burger meal available, whether you're golfing or not. So if you'd just like to drop by over the noon hour and have something to eat and make a donation, that's perfectly fine. If you are signed up to golf, that is great. There's some trash talk going on already that Brent has received from a couple of gentlemen making some suggestions about the attire they're wearing and that sort of thing.
Well, we're going to, KCNI, KBBN loves to participate in this golf tournament. It's a lot of fun. There may still be some openings left. I'm not exactly sure, so you might want to reach out to the Rotary if you're interested in participating tomorrow. But, yeah, I got a text message from, it's in my phone, just got it in here as Borders. So it's from Borders. I think Mike's his first name.
Oh, boy.
It says, you had better have your best golf game ready for Friday. Coach Schaaf and I have a team, and we're coming decked out in our Major League Baseball teams. You better do the same to show up for the Cubs. I can do that. I have some Cubs attire.
Well,
and so, so I'm. You bet, man. I'll show out.
Well, you got to remember, you're talking about a very good lawyer, but lawyers tend to golf quite a bit. You got Schaaf, who was a wrestling coach and quite a famous athlete in his day.
Yeah, and one-time golf guy has coached golf, too.
Yes, and coached golf.
Yes.
And they're telling us to bring our best game.
Yeah.
What are they talking? Our best game won't even come close to
theirs. We're going for that prize where they call the prize those who had the most fun. That's the prize we're going for.
That means we're going to have the highest score. And by the way, in golf, that's not a good thing.
No, but you can spin it though. And the way I look at it is, you get the most for your money. Because you took more swings than everybody else.
Yeah, and the next day you kind of realize it, too, because you're stiff.
Kind
of. Didn't want to not note this and was going to do it later in the show, but Millie said should play some Beach Boys, and she's saying that because it was announced yesterday that Brian Wilson passed away of the Beach Boys, and it does mark the end of a musical legacy. He was the last of the famous brothers who formed the band, and he passed away yesterday, or at least that was announced yesterday. He's always been a little bit of a elusive person, but a real artist, and we will play some Beach Boys a little bit later on in the show in the 9 o'clock hour. Also, during the 9 o'clock hour, we're going to give you a chance to get registered one last time for a chance to win those tickets to Nebraska Land Days, the concert tickets, so be sure and stick around for that. We'll be right back.
Sooner rather than later is the time to schedule your child's back-to-school and sports physicals for the 2025-2026 school year. So call Central Nebraska Medical Clinic soon at 308-872-2486. For your convenience, immunizations during physical exams are available. Don't delay. Schedule back-to-school and sports physicals for next school year by calling Central Nebraska Medical Clinic at 308-872-2486.
Dads like to be comfortable. It doesn't matter if they're working out, working on a project, or relaxing. Right now, save 25% off regular priced apparel, shoes, and hats for Father's Day at Geared for Sports. They have a great variety of athletic and sportswear, from Husker fan gear to local teams or the new Skechers brand shoes. Dad will love the selection at Geared for Sports. Or let him do the shopping and get a gift certificate. Open Monday through Friday 10 to 6 and Saturday 10 to 4. Geared for Sports on the Square in downtown Broken Bow.
Cattlemen, spring is here and things are starting to green up. But alongside the good green like pasture grass and trees come the bad greens, musk thistles, mullenweed, buckbrush, and other weeds. Let Aero Aviation help you get the bad green under control this spring. They use the latest in aircraft and GPS technology and crop protection products while keeping the good green in your pocket. Call Casey, Melissa, or Kim today and schedule spring spraying with Aero Aviation, 872-5113.
Got one more from the Bel Airs for you here on The Breakfast Show.
Baby, you've been gone so long.
From the St. Louis area, and still performing, and they're brothers, I think. So if you ever get a chance, I told Brent off the air, if you ever get a chance to see these guys, you'll love it. They do I'm Your Puppet, and they do all the different classics, and they have their own style. It's not really rockabilly, but it's old style, and they harmonize really, really well. All right, Brent. Anything over there that you would like to talk about with our listeners this morning?
Yeah, sure. Don't forget, of course, this weekend is the Big Sky Jubilee in Anselmo, and Jeremy and the crew will be there in Anselmo to promote the festival for you tomorrow morning during the Get Up and Go breakfast show, so make sure you tune in for that. Our friends at Gibbons Electric, though, want to remind you that they've got the big tractor pull coming up on Saturday during the festival. It's free admission, so come on out and enjoy the tractor pull, antique, farm, V8 tractor, and pickup classes. It'll be at noon following the parade. Registration will start at 9 a.m. Now, it always helps if you pre-register, so here's a couple of numbers to call to get that done. Contact Jeremy at 308-643-7350 or Chris at 308-870-3717. Again, it is scheduled for around a noon start time following the parade. It is free admission. It is the Anselmo Big Sky Tractor Pull coming up on Saturday.
Kind of fun to watch the tractors set up and queue up. If you are in the parade, you'll get to see a lot of them getting ready for the pull after the parade. And, no charge to go watch it. So they'd love to have a big crowd there. We'll be right back.
This is April Good, proud to be with Lashley Land and Recreational Brokers. We've been inundated with buyers from all over the country finding our website and asking about north central Nebraska farmland. Most buyers would be delighted to lease back the land to the seller or their trusted tenants. If you are thinking about taking advantage of these once-in-a-lifetime market conditions, call me, April Good, for a free market analysis on your property and check us out at lashleyland.com.
Weak machines make strong headaches. The solution? The Vermeer 605N baler. This baler is big on durability, toughness, and has smart features like the available automatic pickup clutch and auto loop greasing system that help extend machine life. Toughness meets performance with the dual-stage belt tightening system and E-Link Pro display with optional bale weight and moisture readings for tighter, denser, more uniform bales start to finish. Interested? Stop out and see Power Solutions, your local hay and forage dealership 2 miles east of Broken Bow on Highway 2, and see how the Vermeer 605N baler is redefining the word durability.
The right approach to care makes all the difference. And at Broken Bow Dental, that means staying true to the values that matter most to this community. Dr. Casey McLeod and her team build lasting relationships, knowing every patient by name. She also listens, making certain your treatment is the right fit. And with advanced technology, the team at Broken Bow Dental streamlines care, completing procedures in fewer visits so you can get back to what matters most. Located right off Highway 2 in Broken Bow, Dr. McLeod's practice is now accepting patients. Better, brighter, Broken Bow Dental.
It is 20 minutes before the hour of 9 o'clock. Now, there's a couple different ways you can say that. Now, digitally now, you just go, it's 8:39.59.
Oh.
No, it's 8:40.03 now.
Oh, okay.
But in the old school, it's 20 before the hour.
My first radio job was KMMJ in
Cammy.
Grand Island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, KMMJ.
KMMJ in Grand Island, 7:50 a.m. And the program director there, his name was John Buck. Great guy, was really good to me, taught me a lot. But his deal, this would have been, 91, something like that. But his deal was you give, the time is read like 8:42. You don't say, because I would go 18 before the hour. No, you don't do that here. It's 8:42.
Okay.
So yeah. So, but I've still been one of those guys that, it's 18 before the hour.
Yeah.
I like that. I don't know.
Well, there are some folks out there who really don't know how to read a clock.
Yeah.
Because they're never around them. Now you have your phones. You see what time it is.
Yep.
And, you're on your computers. It's, you can still, if you want to, display a clock on your computer if you want to look at a clock. But a lot of people just haven't used them before. Or there's a lot of people with the watches, but now they're kind of like a computer on your wrist a lot of times.
Yeah, they're smart. It's a smartwatch.
Yeah. Progress, they call it.
Yes.
Here's Buddy Holly. Buddy Holly, Not Fade Away, right here on The Breakfast Show on this Thursday morning. Always good to have you along. Thanks for listening. Appreciate you. Brad, do you have one more thing to tell us about there?
Yeah, a couple of more things.
Couple more, all right.
Do you have a fence that needs put in, repaired, or replaced, or maybe removed, but you don't have the time? Well, maybe you need those pesky cedar trees cut before they become an issue, or to tackle the issue. How about on those side hills and hard-to-get-to areas? Well, we have just the people who can get all of that done for you. They are MC Fencing. They can take care of all of this for you. MC Fencing uses professional-grade equipment, which means you receive the most efficient and cleanest job possible. For a free estimate and competitive price, call Martine Castro at 308-870-6227. Let's give you the number again, 870-6227. MC Fencing, serving Custer County and the surrounding area.
Thank you, Brent Apperson.
Oh, the little things you say and do make me want to be with you.
And we have guests in the studio. And I always wonder when young ladies walk in, or young men, and they sit down. My question is, Brent, did you call either one of these ladies in sports?
Oh, gosh.
Maybe.
Been,
yes.
Yeah, I know
yes,
you did.
I
did.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, I did.
It's been a while.
Yes.
I saw a TikTok last night that said those that graduated in 2013, those kids that were kindergartners graduated. Was it this year, the spring?
Yeah.
Like, okay, all right,
Wow.
that's fine.
Time marches on, doesn't it?
Yes.
It does.
Yes.
It really does. Muddy Creek celebration coming up, and that doesn't seem possible either.
No, it
seems
doesn't.
like you just had one, and summer's just getting away from us really quickly. But I think you've got things really working well for the Muddy Creek celebration. I think you kind of adjusted things a couple years ago, more family fun, simpler things, not worrying about, bringing in a big carnival and all that sort of thing. And it seems like it's really working for you guys.
I think a couple years back they tried also changing the date of it and bringing it forward, and it just didn't work. I think keeping the same schedule every year, people know what to expect and when it's coming. We focus on making everything as free as we can.
Right.
That way everybody can come and enjoy it and not have to worry about that.
Fun things like something that would be fun to participate in, Brent, would be wiffle ball.
Yes, well, I'm good at the whiffing part anyway. I know that.
That's something that we used to play in the backyard in the neighborhood and
Yeah.
have a whole bunch of kids come in and play wiffle ball.
So that's new this year. So we did kickball last year, and Kurt and Lindsay Kulhonick took over that for us, and they added the wiffle ball tournament this year, which is the field. We call it Kulhonick Field. It is actually a backyard that is just set up as a wiffle ball field. So that's where it
Cool.
will be.
That's cool.
I mean, I think Kurt's chalked lines and
Yeah,
he's
been,
ready
like,
for
fertilizing
this.
the grass.
I was going to
chalk
say,
lining.
I know Kurt.
Yep.
He's ready for this. Yeah, that's great.
Oh boy. Well, that's just one of the things. If you run through whatever you like here, guys.
Okay, we've kept quite the same schedule, I think, for the couple years that we've been doing it. We did add, like I said, that wiffle ball tournament's new this year. We have the Ansley pool. We have the pool games, so kids just go down there and play games and win prizes down there. Wiffle ball tournament, excuse me, that starts at 2 p.m. at that Kulhonick Field, and then the main thing of Friday is that Main Street Carnival. That's where we have food truck vendors, we have rides, games, prizes. A lot of the businesses participate in that. It's like a mini carnival.
Mm-hmm. You made your own carnival, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So we'll have. We had some swings last year. I don't know what they're even called. They're like swings that go in a circle, but then you also, the teacup rides that you you can spin it. So it goes in a circle, but then you can also spin it the opposite way. There was a lot of kids on that last year. I don't really know if mixing cotton candy and snow cones and food and that
and then spinning them around.
Yeah, the kids enjoyed it, so we'll have that again. And then we also added a little mini Ferris wheel for like the younger kids this year. It's kind of hard to get something for everybody, from little guys to the teenagers. So that's a new ride we have this year. We have some inflatable games that the older kids can come. And then, again, that's why we added that wiffle ball tournament, because that'll be from 6th grade up into adults. So.
Okay. All right. Oh, man, I like the concept, guys. I really do. It's a small town America, really.
Mm-hmm.
Ansley, America, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and then following, so that'll be from 4 to 7. Like I said, we'll have a couple food trucks there. And then we have Lance Bristol did a cemetery tour last year for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I did not make it. Did you make it down there?
I didn't make it, but
I think he had like 75 people show up.
He had a huge turnout, and they highlighted, obviously notable people in the community that are buried there. But I didn't know there was Civil War veterans there. They put that on there, maybe World War II veterans, but other people as well. So they've combed back through every tombstone, and they've got more.
Yeah, that's great. There's so much history in that cemetery that I think a lot of people are interested in it. So
yeah,
and if there's the perfect person to do this and to share the history, it's Mr. Bristol.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think when he mentioned doing it again, and I foolishly said, "Well, do you have more to talk about?" And then I thought about it. I'm like, "Well, of course he does." Of course he does. And then to conclude that night, we brought back the teen dance. We had done it a couple years, and then we kind of stopped doing it. So that'll be back again this year. We have a DJ this year, so that should be a good time for the.
And a teen glow dance.
Yeah, so it'll be black lights and neon colors and
okay, all right,
smoke and
that's
all the cool things.
Yeah, all the ambiance is created there. June 27th through the 29th. That's the first day.
Yep. So then June 28th, Brandy Cunningham Spartan Foundation, they put on a wake up and walk. Do you know what it's called with all the different walks they do?
Oh, the Run the Nation?
Yeah, so they do the Run the Nation, so we're part of that. Thank you.
Yep, I'm part of that.
So wake up and walk. You register that morning if you want. Rotary is serving kind of a grab-and-go breakfast that morning. And that's been going on, I think this is the third year we're doing that. And then that brings us on to our parade.
Mm-hmm.
This year we're trying to do it a little different. We ask anybody, of course, to always pre-register if you can, but show up. Judging will start at 9:30 while you're in line this year. We're trying to hopefully make the parade start a little bit sooner than
later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that the theme this year is Jukebox Heroes, so anything music related.
That's
KCNI.
Yeah.
I mean, come
Hey,
on.
we'll be there.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love your parade. I've had the opportunity to drive the vehicle through the last couple of years, and it's a great parade, and you get a great turnout. Love when we make the turn and go down Main Street, and it's fun. Yeah, a great small town parade.
And it's a lot of fun during the lining up because you get a visit with other folks in the parade, and I don't know, it's just kind of relaxing. Actually, not for you guys probably.
Oh yeah, Melissa's like,
I don't know if relaxing is the word I would use.
But being a part of it's pretty easy. You just pull up and get lined up and go through and have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the turnout, there's always, no matter how many times I do this, I think I'm surprised about how many kids and families are actually there once you turn that corner onto Main Street, because it is such a small town. You're like, there's just tons of people.
Yeah. It's fun to see that, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that will continue on. Our start time this year is 10:15, just because we're going to do that judging beforehand. And that kind of brings us into our Ansley Park celebration. She Shed Crafters, they're doing their craft and vendor show again this year. Kathy Jo Mills puts that on every year at the park building. It is just full of everybody that has crafts, baked goods. We'll also have Legion will be in there with their homemade ice cream, selling that again. And then we start the hot dog feed.
Flatwater Bank hot dog feed.
get there early.
I was just going to say, I experienced that last year.
It was wild.
Oh, man. And the hot dogs are great, by the way.
So last year, I think we did over 300 hot dogs.
Gosh.
We're planning for 500 this year.
Okay.
So it starts at 11:30. If you have time after the parade to get there and get in line, I suggest you do that. That's always free will donation. That money will go to the Rotary Club that we started this year in Ansley. But get there early if you want a hot dog. Hopefully 500 is enough. But I think last year the turnout of...
It was crazy.
I think it was our
I think everyone from the parade came down.
Yes.
I think
and
you're
then
right.
some.
Yeah.
And then, but you get like a hot dog, you get chips and a cookie
Yep.
and a drink,
Yep.
right? So it's not just a hot dog. You get
Yeah.
a whole meal on that.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, perfect timing. Yeah, the parade, and then you go to the shade in the park. And
So that one, like I said, get there early if you can.
Get there early?
Just stand on line and hang out. And then that will bring us to, I guess we have the car show starts at 1 o'clock. The car show, this is our second year doing the car show. Last year, do you remember how many cars we had?
I want to say it was over 40 for sure, but I want to say almost closer to 60. They had a
Wow.
huge turnout.
That's the first time?
Yes.
Yeah, first time.
Yes.
Yep.
So this year, we're doing it again. We'll have a DJ this year just playing music there. Hopefully more cars.
Yep.
Hopefully more cars. And then our fishing tournament, that's a big one that draws a lot of people. Nebraska Game and Parks will be there again this year. Every kid up to 16 or 15 will get to participate. Everybody wins a prize. Last year we did a cash prize for the biggest fish. I just went shopping. We have fishing poles, camping chairs, anything you could really use for fishing. So that's just the same thing, free event. Bring your fishing pole. And
Yeah. I was just down to the park last weekend, and the water's in good shape. It's not too mossy, and there's some places that you can get to the water off the bank for the folks to fish.
Yep, and you can fish anywhere from, I'm terrible with the location, but the whole entire lake will have adults there measuring, and there will
Okay.
be somebody you can check in with at every spot on the lake.
All the way. Okay. Yeah, it's the water's up. It looks great. So the kids will have fun, and everybody gets a prize. So, yeah, you got the kids' games, inflatables, fishing, all right there. It's fantastic.
Yep, I mean, Saturday is a pretty jam-packed day, I think, because then
Yeah.
during all of this, there's always something going on anywhere in the park. So we have 2 inflatables. We have like older kid inflatable, and then littler kids if they don't want to fish. Car show. We start that's when the kickball tournament is. That starts at 2. Tank races start at 4:30.
Those are a blast. last year. They were so funny.
We did it a few years ago, and then that stopped, and then last year we started it back up. So
I mean, there's some.
It's fun to watch, even
hilarious.
if you don't want to participate.
Yeah,
it is.
My
fun
husband
to
and
watch.
some of his friends were in it, and I mean, you have to make sure the weight is evenly distributed, and then the oars are breaking, and they're using their arms to
we
go.
did a lot of oars
I
last year.
laughed so hard. It was
And
great.
this is right on the lake?
Yep.
Yep.
So the fishing is over, and then here comes the tanks.
Yep. So we just load off at the boat dock, and they go across and back.
Or they're changing it up
changing
this
it
year.
right?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So.
That's kind of in the boys' hands. We'll let them do
It's
it.
definitely fun to watch, though.
Yeah, good spectator sport there, no doubt. And then more food.
Yep. So the Ansley FFA will be doing a free will supper at the community building. So we'll go back to Main Street, and that's last year. I think it was still over. I don't know. They ran out last year.
Yeah,
quick. So
they're planning on more food for that too. So
Yeah.
we had a really good turnout last year.
Okay. Continue on. Very popular sport also, cornhole tournament.
that was also new last year. So the cornhole tournament, Ryan Foken puts that on, and that's kind of coincides with the beer garden. So it'll be set up at the beer garden,
Which is just outside the community building this year. So
Yep.
pretty
so you'll
easy.
see community building, Main Street. You can register that night.
Yep. Either a cash prize, or I think you have choice. Like if you get first, you have a choice between cash prize or cornhole boards.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And the beer garden, along with what are Sprocket's famous Freedom Dogs?
Oh man,
They're
you haven't
good.
had a Sprockets? Oh
No. Have you?
I
Brent?
haven't had one yet. No.
Oh man.
No, I've heard of them though.
So he has been coming on Fridays. This is my 7th year minus 2020 that I've been doing this, and he shows up every Friday for us. Well, this year we have during the beer garden, people get hungry.
Yeah.
So that was one thing we've kind of been missing, and I convinced him to come on Saturday also.
Good for you.
So it's just Nathan. I don't know what it is.
He's
It's
got
just
all kinds of toppings. I mean, he's got a whole menu of like different things you can order on your hot dog. So it's great.
Now, this sounds a lot of good food, Brent. That's always good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then I've not heard of this band. Brady James and Honeytown is a music entertainment from 6 p.m. until 12.
So Brady James is the opener. And
Okay.
Brent might know him. He's a Loop City born and raised guy too. Brady well, I think it depends on what part of Sherman County you're from. Is it Lewandowski or Lewandowski?
Thank you.
Because I grew up with Lewandowski.
Thank you. I am so glad you're here.
Good.
Because I grew up, it was Lewandowski.
That's exactly.
But when we go to sporting events, it's just everybody does Lewandowski.
I think it's a
And
very small area that does with Lewandowski,
I think
but
you're right,
I mean,
yes.
I was like, I
You're
grew
saying
up
with
with
the-
these
you're
boys.
saying
I
with the
know
V?
with the V because it's Polish.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you. I've had back and forths with people.
Oh, bless you. I'm so glad you're here so that we can be in the same
Yes,
camp.
Exactly. Yes. But he's a Loop City hometown boy
Oh,
too.
great.
So, yeah, I grew up. Brady and I have known Brady forever. So he's going to do an acoustic set for us to open, and then we brought Honeytown back from last year. They're just a great cover party band. I mean, they're a blast. The guitar and bass guys were out in the crowd. They were throwing cornhole bags while they were playing. So they were super fun. So we
I
decided to
had
bring
it
them
as,
back.
when I read it as one group, but it's two different acts. That
Yes.
makes sense from 6 to 12. So, yeah, you got acoustic set and then get a little dancing in, right?
Yep, exactly.
All
It'll
right.
be a lot of fun.
And then you go swimming afterwards.
There you go.
Yep. So we're gonna kind of stick with the glow theme that night.
Uh-huh.
So night swim. Usually when the parents are at the beer garden, the kids are at the pool. So that's just for the kids. Go hang out, swim. It's
Yeah.
from 8 to midnight that night also, and it's just $1 admission.
And they'll have lifeguards and everything
Yep.
on. Okay.
Yep.
All right. And what a lineup. And then you're not quite done because Sunday, a goose chase scavenger hunt. Can you explain?
Yes. So during COVID, Laura Furno had found this app that you can do a scavenger hunt. So I think that was the most cars I've ever seen on Main Street during that. But you just got in your car, you signed up this app on your phone, and she had all these clues, and you had to go find them and either take a picture, answer questions. So we decided Sundays usually are slow day, so why not add stuff to it?
There you go.
So we're going to do that again this year. There is a pre-registration for that. You can just come down to Flatwater Bank. It's $40 for a carload. So if you gather a couple of your friends, $10 a piece, and do that. So just name, phone number, and then your registration. The morning of, you download that app, and it gives you pretty much your scavenger route. I remember the year of, we had a cutout of the Rock up at the pool. I don't remember what the clue was, but there was just a cutout of the Rock, and he was up at the pool. There was an inflatable minion somewhere, so it's pretty fun.
She's got all sorts of things. Her ideas were just at that meeting were just flowing, so it'll be interesting to see what she comes up with.
30 things this year. So.
And then they're sitting behind on their computers, right? So if you answer a question wrong, they say, nope, try again.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or that's not the right place. Mm-hmm. So.
Well, that sounds like something totally different to end the.
Yeah.
And
it was, like I said, it was so much fun, especially, during COVID, you couldn't do anything. The amount of people that were out just having fun was. So we're going to do it again this year and hopefully next year.
And there will be something to eat on Sunday, too.
Yep. So Bob's Fun Foods. This is a new one. He has walking tacos, nachos. He'll have hot dogs. Kind of just a variety. So you can grab something and just drive around and do your little scavenger hunt.
Wow.
So
this is a great lineup. And I also love where you've really incorporated the park the last few years to do a lot of this in. Because it's such, we were just talking about it this week, because I was down there last weekend. They got a walking path, and there's so many improvements that have been made, and the park looks great. It's manicured. You got the ball field, and people are camping there, and it's really a great park. And to have these events in it to highlight the park and the community is great.
Yeah, at the park, I think every event at the park is spread out the entire park.
Because you got all the room there.
Yep. So a car show will be over by the campgrounds, and the craft and vendor will be in the little park building. And the lemonade, we'll have the lemonade shack again this year. They were a big hit last year. Kickball on the field, fishing, inflatables. So
tank racing.
It's tank racing. It's really spread out throughout the entire park.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's coming up later on in June. I'm glad you were here early to kind of remind everybody. Mark it down, June 27th through the 29th, the Muddy Creek celebration, full of family fun. And a lot of these things you're talking about don't cost anything.
Yep, mostly the only thing that does cost money is, I guess, the food donations.
Maybe your dance, do you have a cover charge?
The dance is free.
Oh, it's free.
The night swim is $1. Cornhole, I don't know the gist of that, but you register your team. And then the scavenger hunt's $40 per carload. So
to get into the beer garden, was there?
So $10 cover charge for 21 and over, and then under 21 is $5.
Okay.
And then all that money goes just back to next year's Muddy Creek.
All right, ladies, thanks for coming in. What a wonderful celebration that's going to be happening in Ansley later on this month.
Before you guys go, I remember I remember when this was a few years ago, you guys in here, you were wondering if you were going to have one of these, a celebration.
So,
and talk about the way volunteers have stepped up and you guys get to have this.
I'm going to touch on that because I tell everybody all the time, this was 2 years ago. There was a handful of us doing it, and it takes a lot. And I pretty much said, if nobody volunteers, there's going to be no Muddy Creek. And then Shayla and a whole bunch of, I guess, I'm going to call you guys young moms, the new generation of parents all kind of just stepped up, and their husbands. And I always joke because their husbands never show up to meetings.
No.
Never. I never talk to them, but somehow Friday comes and everything's done. So just a lot of the behind-the-scene volunteers, the Village of Ansley, they do a whole bunch. But mostly, like I said, that year it was, if we didn't get more volunteers, it's just too much work for 5 people.
Yeah, 5, 6 people. And I remember that year because I was like, oh my gosh, how are they pulling this off?
Mm-hmm.
And then they made the post like, if we don't get more, we don't know what to do. And, once you have kids, then things change. And you're like, you want your kids to see this and have fun. And I mean, our daughter just turned 3, but she still talks about like where the bank had their game set up last year. She goes, Mom, when are we going to do that again? And I'm like, how do you even remember that? So it is fun. It's making memories for everyone. But like she said, there's so many people behind the scenes. Like you don't even know that. We just say, hey, would you be interested in doing this? And I mean, people, they step up and help out. So it's been great.
Good.
Yep.
I mean, I can honestly remember doing a remote, coming down and doing a remote with just you and maybe maybe 2 or 3 other people. And I felt like when I walked out that day that the struggle was huge, and I didn't know if we'd be able to come back the next year. And then you did what you did, and Shayla and that generation getting involved, that's a big deal.
I do, and I joke every year, I'm not doing this again next year.
And they're like, oh, Melissa, yes, you
yeah.
We'll be right behind you. She works her tail off. She does. She really does.
Every year. Even now, I'm like, I'm not doing this. I think I just texted you guys. I'm like, I'm not doing this next year.
We said, we'll get it. We'll figure it out.
They just ignore me.
Well, it's great having you guys in, and I think we're going to be talking with you again later or coming down there.
Yep, so the Friday morning of Muddy Creek.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Look forward to that.
I didn't tell them yet, so.
No.
Surprise.
Okay. Someone will be there. Now we know.
You pass that along to husbands, and it'll all get around, right?
Well, I don't know that our husbands will talk so much, but we'll be there.
Well, we will definitely be.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
You bet. Take time out for a little news, and we're going to talk later on yet this morning. We have another guest, Matt with Subway, and we're going to give you a chance to register for those Nebraska Land Days tickets, so stay tuned.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News special report. The police chief in the northwestern Indian city of Ahmedabad says rescuers have recovered 204 bodies so far after an Air India flight bound for London crashed just after takeoff. There were 242 passengers and crew members on board. Police say there were victims on the ground as well. Jaiswal Randir with the Indian Ministry of External Affairs.
We extend our deepest condolences to all those who have lost their loved ones.
A portion of the plane's tail landed on what CBS News has determined is part of a hospital. The BBC's Samira Hussein.
Video on social media appears to show the moment the plane went down in a residential area near the airport, hitting an accommodation block for doctors. Black smoke billows into the sky from the site of the crash, while emergency crews try to douse the flames.
Data shows it is the first crash involving a Boeing 787 Dreamliner. CBS News special report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check the GPS directions first, before driving to the mall.
Turn right at the light. In 1,000 miles, you will reach Montreal.
Not Montreal, the mall.
Recalculating. 6,000 miles to Nepal.
No, the mall.
Checking first is smart.
Recalculating.
So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Monty Bolaños.
The Indiana Pacers have taken a 2-1 series lead over the Oklahoma City Thunder after coming out on top 116-107 in Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Tyrese Halliburton just shy of a triple-double, 22 points, 9 rebounds, and 11 assists. Benedict Mathurin off the bench for Indiana was the leading scorer of the game. He had 27 points. OKC star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander ended with 24 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. Here's Thunder coach Mark Dagnall.
We had a lot of good stretches of the game, but they had more good stretches than we did. and outplayed us over the course of 48 minutes. And obviously we need to play better if we want to give ourselves a better chance in Game 4.
In other NBA news, the Chicago Sports Network reports that the Knicks requested permission to speak to Bulls coach Billy Donovan for their head coaching vacancy, but were denied. In baseball, the Mets have won 5 in a row after shutting out the Nationals 5-0, and the Giants took down the Rockies 10-7.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Mainly sunny skies today with daytime highs approaching 88. Winds out of the south 10 to 20 miles per hour. Slight chance of thunderstorms. Tonight, lows dip down to about 61, partly cloudy skies. Slight chance for storms. Tomorrow, highs around 87, a blend of clouds and sun. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Chapin's Furniture is so much more than a furniture store. Inside you'll find an amazing selection of home decor, jewelry, accessories, flooring, mattresses, and more. Truly a total home design store. Chapin's Furniture, on the square in Broken Bow.
Thanks for starting your day with us.
It's gonna be a good day.
Every morning. KCNI, KBBN Radio.
Well, it's already 71 degrees outside under a sunny sky. Winds out of the south 5 to 10. Yesterday's high was 92. Are we going to exceed that? That will be the question. We'll answer that today. It's definitely warming up, and the corn and soybean is jumping out of the ground now, and it's good to see. 71 sunny skies here at Broken Bow. Again, thanks to Muddy Creek Celebration Planning. Boy, the girls have a lot of good things there, and the guys behind the scenes evidently making this family event happen. And yes, Brent, you're right. At one time they were kind of scratching their heads on how to keep this thing going, and they've turned it into a really, really unique celebration.
It is, yep. Great celebration. Love all of our small town celebrations that we get to go to and cover throughout the summer. It's great.
You bet. And tomorrow we'll be hearing live from Anselmo all the details about the Big Sky Jubilee for 2025. So be sure and listen for that as well. I don't know when we started featuring all the different festivals. Well, at one time, there weren't all that many festivals. There were a few. Litchfield Old Settlers Picnic is one of the older celebrations that went on for years, and Callaway's Pioneer Picnic and Myrna Heritage Days then came along, and Oconto, I'm not sure if they had fun days. I don't know how far back that went, but now there's just about at least one every weekend during the summer months and all the way to Labor Day at Arcadia. So, yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Looking forward to covering the rest of them here this summer and trying to get to some of them as well, especially all the good food that's mentioned at those. And that'll have the same up at Big Sky this weekend as well. All right. Anything over there you wanted to cover?
I want to remind you about our good friend Roxanne with the Nebraska Land Hearing Center. Do you struggle with your hearing and or worry about missing out on conversations with family and friends at gatherings? Well, if so, you need to stop in and see Roxanne because she can help. Offering that good, local, dependable service right here in Broken Bow, extended discounts for new and returning patients for just staying local. And we always stress this, pricing available to fit all budgets. So no need to travel outside of the area anymore to get your hearing checked. Roxanne sells the top technology available in the world right here in Broken Bow. To make an appointment, give her a call at 308-384-3852. Again, the number 308-384-3852. You'll find their office located in downtown Broken Bow in the Broken Bow Chamber Building.
All right, thank you, Brent. We are now going to open up the phone lines in a moment for you to call 872-2801. And that, of course, is to get registered. The last registration on the Breakfast Show for a chance to win those tickets to the big shows in North Platte, the grand finale. They always save their big acts for the final night of Nebraska Land Days. And I'm trying to find my sheet here so I can tell you who all's going to be playing there.
Yeah, Luke Bryan will be one of the headliners. He'll be performing on Friday, June the 27th. Of course, Luke's been around for quite a while now. I believe has won Entertainer of the Year at least once. and has a huge catalog of hits. So he'll be performing on Friday, June 27th in North Platte. Then the following night, on Saturday, June 28th, the headliner will be Bailey Zimmerman, kind of one of the continuing to be up-and-comers in country music. So those are your concerts, and we'll be giving you a chance to win tickets to see one of those two shows when we draw for the big winners tomorrow.
All right, and as we mentioned, the loss of the final member of the Beach Boys, Brian Wilson. There were other members that came along later and toured with the Beach Boys, but he was the last of the original Beach Boys, and he was announced that he passed away. And he was I mentioned, a elusive kind of guy. A lot of stories about him that may or may not be true about his seclusion and some of the things, but a lot of people talk about the song that we're going to play here, that California Girls was one of his creations, and a lot of people have a lot of different stories about that. He didn't write California Girls while tripping on acid. That was one of the things, for instance, that was being passed around. But he could hear harmonies in his crib when he was a little baby, and he was deaf in one ear, which wouldn't make being a musician any easier. His death has social media dropping some strange facts about the last member of the Beach Boys, but many of them are not true. Let's just remember the music that he has left us. Here is the song that we just discussed, The Beach Boys, California Girls, Brian Wilson. So the song for the call-in, and thanks for all who called in on the last chance to get registered this way on The Breakfast Show, but there'll be more chances today on KCNI. Brent will have some chances for you, and also Jack Simpson as well.
Yes. Yeah, that is the plan.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how it's supposed to work anyway. Yeah, all right. A lot of the folks are doubling up and calling in, and we'll see who wins the tickets.
Yep, we'll
tomorrow.
find out tomorrow.
On The Breakfast Show. just shuffling my papers. Road work set to begin soon. Weather permitting June 16th between Broken Bow and Myrna if weather permits. Now, the work will span from Highway 2 near Webster Avenue, past the Callaway Road and Memorial Drive intersection, on to Myrna just past the Victoria Springs Road turnoff. So expect crews to be moving in, equipment to be along the road. They're going to be doing some major dirt work on grading and guardrail and electrical milling and asphalt laying over concrete and all sorts of things going on here. So be ready.
All right.
Be safe. And get ready to make some adjustments. We're going to have to do that here. Probably just have to walk from work.
Yeah. Work from home? That's probably not going to...
Nope.
Is that in the plan?
I don't think that's going to work. Our internet's a little iffy here.
Yeah.
No, actually, we have very good
Actually, I
internet.
tried that work from home during the whole COVID thing. I'd rather come to work if possible.
Agreed. Thank you to the Grocery Cart and RTA's Hardware for making the call-ins available. Let's hear from them.
It's a local partnership that saves you money at the pump. The Grocery Cart and Trotter's Woe & Go have partnered up. Shop at the GK and earn rewards with each dollar that you spend that you can use for discounts on gas at the West Broken Bow Trotter's location or on free items in store. Make sure you watch for bonus items as well for more points. Come see us at the Grocery Cart in Broken Bow to sign up for Grocery Cart rewards.
Hi, Central Nebraska. This is Brent Apperson with KCNI, KBBN Radio, here to talk all things RTA's Hardware, the namesake of Ryan and Tiffany, who join us. Now, Ryan, there's a rumor that there are red-hot buys going on at Ace right now. Can you confirm that rumor?
Yes, I can confirm that literally we have a lot of grills and griddles in stock at great prices.
And Tiffany, do those savings apply to helping make my yard beautiful as well?
They sure do. From fertilizer and mulch to weed killers and lawn tools, we have it.
Okay, you two, last question. Is Ace Rewards really as awesome as everybody is saying it is?
You bet it is.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Shop RTA's Hardware in Broken Bow for grills, griddles, and all things lawn care and beyond.
All right. Thank you very much, Grocery Cart and RTA's Hardware, for being involved in our contest for the Nebraska Land Days concert tickets. I'm trying to reach out to Matt at Subway or wherever he's at, and I'm getting a busy signal, so I'm going to take a time out and give it one more try.
Hello there, it's Erin with Rise Rehab and Performance. Spring has sprung and summer is just around the corner. We want you to feel ready for all the fun of the warmer months. Don't let your physical conditions slow you down. Rise to the occasions of your life. Is it farming and ranch work, summer sports, travel, whatever it may be, we want you to feel your best. Give us a call at 872-5800 to schedule your appointment today. Rehab, recover, rise.
There are many good reasons to pre-select your family memorial. During the month of June is one more good reason. Palmer Monuments After Memorial Day Sale. Go and see Palmer Monument today, and when you bring the coupon from the newspaper, receive additional savings off their already reduced prices. Their goal is to assist you in selecting a memorial that best fits your family needs, and they'll save you money too. During the After Memorial Day Sale at Palmer Monument Company of Broken Bow and Lexington.
Are you or someone you know struggling with depression, anxiety, trauma, or other mental health challenges? Do you wonder where you can get help and support locally? An online list is ready and available for you that includes local, trained, caring mental health providers. Visit mhpcc.org. Mental health providers and services available in Custer County can be found quickly and easily at mhpcc.org.
9:28. Let's go to the telephone now. We've got connected with Matt with Subway. Good morning, Matt.
Morning.
It is Thursday. We had trouble remembering that, didn't we?
Yeah, well, I've been going since about 7 answering phone calls today.
Well, that's not what you like to do. You like to fix things. Are you headed out today?
Yeah, get ready to head to Kearney. We have a chip dilemma.
Uh-oh, a chip dilemma. What does that mean?
Means they didn't get ordered on truck.
Uh-oh.
So I get to go drive around from store to store and grab 10 bags of chips from every store and then take to there.
Oh, there you go. Well, you sometimes you just have to adjust.
Right. So today I have an easier day.
That will not be as much manual labor, and you're going to have to stay out of the chips.
Yeah, don't open a bag while you're traveling from place to place. There might defeat the purpose.
Right, it just might.
Speaking of chips, what's the selection like at Subway? What different chips are being offered?
We have nacho Doritos, baked Lay's original, baked barbecue, regular barbecue, harvest cheddar sun chips, garden style sun chips, baked original, Miss Vicks, jalapeno, and salt and vinegar.
Wow. Congratulations on remembering all those. I couldn't have done that, but they all sound delicious, and they go great with the sandwiches served at Subway. And a sandwich and chips, hard to beat.
Yes, it is. Really, on a hot day, it's nice to have like a cold sandwich, a bag of chips, go outside and sit and eat and just enjoy the day.
Yeah, and little shade and a little breeze, and you're good to go. Something about eating outside, especially sometimes over the noon hour, is a good idea. It kind of helps you, unwind a little bit, maybe get some of that work tension released before you go back. So, good idea, Matt. What's happening as far as anything new around the corner?
I haven't heard anything new. Excuse me.
Sure.
I don't know what the new promos are, but I do know we have a bunch of discounts in the app.
Okay. That's good news. And my friend Brent Apperson takes advantage of those because his daughters introduced him to the app and showed him how to use it.
And it saves people time, money. It's just a great tool.
Well, I'm sorry, Matt, but I'm a little disgusted with the app right now. I hate to bring it up to you. Yes, because I tried to get on the app the other day. It says I have to sign in. I signed in a long time ago, and it's never asked me to sign in again. Now it's asking me to sign in. I don't know what my password is. I have no clue.
Don't you save everything under some Samsung Pass, or do you have an Apple?
No, I'll be honest with you. Every time it asks me if I want to do that, I just hit cancel. So it's my own fault. I get it. But anyway, I do know it's easy to create a new password and get back into the app. So I've got to do that.
Yeah, all you got to do, I believe, is just I forgot my password, and I'll send you an email, and then you'll reset it. And then this time you'll hit save to Samsung Pass.
Yes, I'll make sure I do that. I did get on the app, though, and entered as a guest, which anybody can do, and you can order that way as well, which is very convenient. And on the app, it right now is saying, let us cater to Dad, because Father's Day is coming up.
Yes, it is. And men like to eat.
We do, yes. And I don't know about other dads, but I love a good sandwich. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good steak and cheese, add some bacon.
That sounds delicious. Also, if maybe you're gathering the family up to celebrate Father's Day with Dad or Granddad, maybe order ahead and get a party platter or something like that.
Yeah, or get him a big 3-foot party sub. That'd be a heck of a Father's Day gift.
Yes. Yeah. Do you have to order those a little ways ahead?
The party subs you do, we would like at least a 24-hour notice. The party platters we can do in a couple hours.
Okay. All right. Okay. Oftentimes you work on the pop machines all over the state on the subways. What I'm trying to think, is it Pepsi products or Coke products?
We're Pepsi.
Pepsi, okay. So you can get root beer, Pepsi, and several different from the pop machine. And then do you also sell bottled pop?
Yes, and we have lots of flavors to choose from. Pepsi really rolled out a whole bunch of selections for us. So we have, I believe, some energy drinks. We have, I think it's Gatorade. And then, of course, all the sodas. And then you got Pepsi Zero, lemonade, tea. So, yeah, there's a whole bunch of selections.
Okay, very good. Sandwiches, pop. You can get the chips we talked about. You can get little pizzas. Breakfast is available there all the time. And all the number of sandwiches that you offer now is outstanding. How about help? Are you looking for any employees?
Yes, we are taking applications, so you might be that hidden gem we're looking for. So if you're looking for something to do and make a little money on doing it, give us a call or give us a try.
Okay, all right. Anything else that we didn't talk to you about that you wanted to mention?
Come on in. It looks like a beautiful day outside, and get a sandwich and go picnic in the park.
All right, Matt. And you enjoyed delivering your chips today.
Oh, I will. I'll probably be doing other maintenance as I go around, but majority is just grabbing chips and going.
Well, happy Thursday. Drive careful.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Matt. All right. That is what's going on at Subway, or at least part of what's going on. Very busy stores because they have so many different choices nowadays. It's unbelievable. And can't believe that you don't know your password.
Yeah, I think I'm the only person in America that struggles with that.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Well, you just assume, right? You just assume that, okay, I've used it before. I've used it 100 times. It always lets me in, and then all of a sudden, there's that they want you to sign in again.
Yeah, I think the password thing. Most of us, we wish we didn't have to have a password because we don't put them in a place where we can get them after we forget them. I think a lot of people struggle with that. Now, there are some people out there who have a little booklet. My mother, for instance, has a little spiral book that she puts her passwords in, and that's a good idea because if the computer that you have crashes, you still have the passwords when you get the computer fixed.
Yep.
So there's a little to think about there. And, of course, security. I mean, you got to have them. But, yeah, they're very aggravating.
They can be. But we'll get it worked out.
Let's see here. Tina Simpson says, not fair. I'm an hour away from the nearest Subway, and now I really want a Subway. Have a great day, guys. Thanks, Tina.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. Appreciate it. Anything else, Brent?
No, just a reminder, we're going to do Broken Bow Spirit 18U softball for you tonight on KBBN Radio. Going to do Broken Bow against Cozad, first game at 6:30. So tune in, listen to the game tonight from Tyke Arnold Field.
Join us tomorrow for another edition of The Breakfast Show at 7:30, and we will be broadcasting live from Anselmo for the Big Sky Jubilee.